Hi, my name's Jonathan Olivier, and I'm going to be dancing the Swan and the Stranger in Matthew Bourne's Swan Lake. I hope you come along and enjoy the show. It's a fantastic piece. We're very excited to be here, and we've had a fantastic response already, so I hope you enjoy it. In Korea, so it was lovely to meet so many people.
And so appreciatively, welcomed by people.
Well, it's such an iconic piece now for people to come and see men as the swans is something quite different, and also to play it seriously. It's not a joke, so that I think that's why people like to come along. They can relate to the story as well. It's a modern day story. It's not a fairy tale. The prince is stuck in a world and life that he doesn't fit into, and I think everybody can relate to that at some point. So I think that's why a lot of people enjoy the ballet, the piece.
To know of this particular piece.
Well, when the piece first came out, I think in '95, I was at college still at Rambert, and a lot of my friends joined it. So I went to see it when it came out as a student. So when I was dancing in Canada now, I've always wanted to do work with Matthew Bourne. But when I was in Canada, my wife and I had a baby, so we moved back to England, and I knew that Matthew was doing Swan Lake. So I wrote to him to ask if I could, audition for the role, which I did. So it's something I've always wanted to do. So to actually be doing it now is such a dream. I love it.
The first impression of watching this show, first time?
Well, it was at the time nothing had been done like it before. When I went to see it as a student, it was very fresh. It was and daring, and so to go along and watch it, it was like seeing something that is a fantastic Hollywood blockbuster film, but no one knows about it yet. You're seeing it for the first time, so I was very, very, very impressed when I saw it the first time. But it made a buzz because you had a lot of classical audience that came to watch and wasn't sure, and I think it's actually made a crossover. People can appreciate the classical version and this version now, and but yeah, for me, I loved it from the first time I saw it.
Person or the role.
It is quite difficult, actually. I mean, for me, the way that I see it is everybody is watching a swan on a lake. When you see a swan, or people stop and look. The swan doesn't really care who is around, and I think for me, when I first come on as the swan, it's not noticed anybody else. I'm going about my day kind of thing, and I think as a character, he becomes fond of the prince. They form a bond, which is what the story is all about. And I think much else apart from that, it's more the movement that kind of is what's mesmerizing more than how the character of the swan is. It's the character of the swan is told through movement, so the choreography complements the story already. I don't have to do too much as the swan. I just have to dance it and get those points across.
Impression to each prince?
Well, they both are very different. So I think this is what's nice, that we get to do it with all casts. All swans get to dance with all princes, and it keeps it very fresh for us, which is nice. Also, Sam and Dominic do it very differently. They have different intentions and different movements. Same movement, but with different meanings. So it changes the way that we react to it. I mean, when I was rehearsing, I learnt it with Sam. We learnt it together. So the first time I did it with Dominic on stage was a shock, because I'd not really worked with him much, and all of a sudden the story became clearer but in a different way. So then when I did it with Sam again, it was still fresh. It's wonderful doing it with two princes.